The 23rd Annual WIAA Girls State Basketball Championships are brought to you exclusively statewide by Stenex, Land O'Lakes, and your local cooperatives. Partners you can trust. The Dairy Farm Families of Wisconsin and milk, the official beverage of the WIAA game. Got milk? Marshfield Clinic, a national leader in medical care, research, and education. Rural insurance companies providing a full line of insurance products for Wisconsin's families and businesses. The Wisconsin Technical College System, 16 colleges that make life better for the people and businesses of Wisconsin. For high skills training, go here, get there. And by Menards, helping families build America's heartland for 38 years. Save big money at Menards.
Welcome back to the call center in Madison. Jay Wilson getting you to the second Division III semifinal game in just a few moments. Fall Creek, the traditional power, is back again. The Crickets getting ready to play Markesan. The winner will face Marathon in the Division III title game, 6:30 Saturday evening, as Marathon beat Arcadia 61-45 behind 25 points from Nicole Reisner. Every year there are so many games to worry about on your VCR. We have the solution for you. Video memories for videotape orders of any WIA boys or girls basketball tournament game. The number to call, 800-773-9944 or area code 608-274-9944. There you see the price, $18.99 a game plus $4 shipping and handling. They take MasterCard, they take Visa or a check, and it takes a little while to prepare the tape, so we appreciate your patience. The number again for video memories for copies of boys or girls state tournament basketball games, 800-773-9944 or area code 608-274-9944. And if you happen to miss that now, or you don't have a pen or pencil handy with you, as you watch the games, we'll be giving you those numbers throughout our state girls and boys basketball tournament. Okay, the moments are still continuing. I know you want to get this game going, but patience is a virtue. We'll get to it. Fall Creek and Markesan, our second Division III semifinal game. Let's have a preview look at that game with Bob Bradovich and Gail Champion.
All right, thanks a lot, Jay. Talk about video memories, Gail. This game should provide a lot of them. These two teams, very similar. Fall Creek and Markesan, both traditional powers. Both teams have been here before. This is Fall Creek's 9th trip. This is Markesan's 3rd. Coaches have been here a long time. And both teams feature very strong inside games. For Fall Creek, that's the senior Christy Channing.
Right, Christy Channing really scoring 15.4 points per game. A real low post player, likes to put the ball on the floor, go hard to the hole.
One thing about Channing, I watched her in the sectional final game against Somerset. Had some problems early on, some traveling, but Arnie Skrukrud kept going back inside. Eventually, she got the game going.
Well, and she's got a 56% field goal percentage, so, you're going to miss a couple. You're a little bit nervous, but just keep putting the ball inside. I think that's his philosophy.
Christy Channing averaging 15.4 points per game, gets a lot of rebounds for the Crickets, 5.8, even throws it an assist. She's one of those players that is just a really strong focal point for the Crickets.
Well, it's nice to have somebody to play around, and they do have the perimeter game as well, but getting that ball inside is really going to be a help.
And on the other side, for Markesan, you have almost a mirror image in Amanda Dickerson. Amanda Dickerson, 6 feet, averages 15.5 points per game, also shooting 56% from the field. Dickerson, one of those players, as you're looking at, I believe that Heidi Siggers was the point guard, but Amanda Dickerson is the kind of player, same kind of thing. Head coach Dan Siggers talks about the fact that when she starts playing well inside, that opens up the perimeter game.
Isn't this going to be a great matchup inside? They're really even, and Markesan, too, has great perimeter shooters, and they have a great inside-outside game. They can go into Dickerson, and if that isn't working, she kicks it back out, and they have Tommy Reef on the perimeter to shoot the ball as well.
One thing I noticed, the three-point shooting for these two teams, a big disparity. Markesan has launched 396 three-points. That's a lot of threes.
That's probably a state record, for this year. That is a lot of threes, and he's giving them the green light. There's 6 different kids that can shoot the three on the team, and if they like it and it's open, take it.
These two teams, Fall Creek, located just east of Eau Claire, about 7 miles. They play in the Clover Belt Conference, and Markesan plays in the Wisconsin Flyway Conference. Markesan located about halfway between Madison and Green Bay. We'll be back to the WIA State Tournament after a short break from your local sponsors. This is your WIA Network Station. Back at the WIA State Girls Basketball Tournament, Division III semifinals, Fall Creek and Markesan. Fall Creek, a tough break. Literally, Holly Storley broke her left wrist. Storley, one of their top players, broke it in the final regular season game.
Really, that's going to take some of their outside shooting away, but coaches mentioned their defense is really toughened up because their scoring potential is a little bit down. So we'll see what happens.
Holly Storley has that left wrist taped up. It looks like a cast, but it is a soft cast. Officials say that's okay as long as there's nothing hard in there. She will be ready to go, and we are just about ready to go for our starting lineups for this Division III semifinal. So let's send it over to PA announcer Mike Mankey.
And now, here are the starting lineups for today's semifinal game between the Fall Creek Crickets and the Markesan Hornets. For Fall Creek, at forward, a 6-foot senior, number 22, Danica Kronig. And for Markesan, at forward, a 5-foot 10-inch freshman, number 23, Jessica Flagan. At the other forward, for Fall Creek, a 6-foot sophomore, number 34, Shane Stanek. And at forward for Markesan, a 5-foot 9-inch junior, number 32, Ann Dumke. Starting at center for Fall Creek, a 6-foot senior, number 52, Christy Channing. And at center for Markesan, a 6-foot senior, number 53, Amanda Dickerson. Starting at guard for Fall Creek, a 5-foot 6-inch junior, number 12, Deb Arneson. And at guard for Markesan, a 5-foot 9-inch senior, number 34, Tommy Reek. At the other guard for Fall Creek, a 5-foot 5-inch sophomore, number 10, Callie Kruger. And at guard for Markesan, a 5-foot 3-inch junior, number 3, Heidi Sigersslid. The head coach for Fall Creek is Arnie Screwcrude, and the head coach for Markesan is Dan Sigersslid. The referees for today's game are Eric Olson from La Crosse and Gene Wilkin from Onalaska.
Both coaches, veteran coaches, Gail. Dan Sigersslid for Markesan in his 18th year. Arnie Screwcrude in his 17th year for Fall Creek. Both these guys, when we talked to them yesterday, said that beginning of the season, they really weren't sure what they had. But, you know, both of these programs so strong that eventually they're going to be in the mix someplace.
Well, they knew they had a couple key players that they needed to build around, and they just were wondering who the other players were that are going to step up and make that starting five. And I don't think they end the game or begin each game the same. There's always whoever's hot, whoever's going.
Fall Creek lost 4 starters from last year. Markesan lost 3, 5 of their top 8. Both these teams right where you want to be at this time of the season at the state tournament. Jumping center, Christy Channing for the Crickets, and Amanda Dickerson for the Hornets. The winner play Markesan for the Division III state championship. And right off the bat, we've got a held ball, and they'll jump it up again. You know, nerves so much a part of basketball, especially at this level. Markesan girls telling us yesterday that they have a way to kind of stay loose. They do a pregame dance in their locker room.
Not an uncommon thing. They like to get that boombox in the changing room and get themselves pumped up.
We got the head coach Dan Sigersslid involved during sectional. Fall Creek control. This is Callie Kruger to Arneson on the left side. Kronig to Channing. Channing will drive into the lane, spin, put it up. She is called for the travel. Just like in their sectional final against Somerset, they go inside to Channing little steps early on.
Well, they'd like to get her a good start.
This is Heidi Sigersslid, coach's daughter. Tommy Reed. Pass deflected by Kronig. Channing picks it up and hands it to Kruger. Deb Arneson inside for Stanek, knocked away by Tommy Reed. Here come the Hornets. Reed tries to get it to Dickerson, throws that one away. It's deflected. It's picked up by the Hornets. Dumke. Top to Sigersslid. He'll slow it down and set something up for Markesan.
Crickets opening in the man-to-man defense.
And they've got Chronic matched up against Tommy Reese. Chronic, a good defender. This pass tipped around, a whistle and a foul. That's going to go against Deb Arneson.
Both teams look to be aggressive defensively, a little bit nervous, getting themselves set up early in the game.
Get a look at Arnie Scrickrud. Outstanding program at Fall Creek. State champs in 96, runner-up in 94. Ninth time they've been down to Madison. Now Dumke drives the lane, looking for help, kicks it outside to Reef. Take it up top. Should be an interesting matchup. Tommy Reef and Danica Chronic. Good offensive player and a good defender. Biggerslid left side. Reef drives the lane. There's contact, and there's a foul. That'll go against Christy Channing. Her first, team second. The 1998 WIA State Tournament is brought to you by Menards, helping families build America's heartland for 38 years. Save big money at Menards.
Well, there's going to be a lot of help when it comes to Tommy Reef driving. Good offensive player for Markesan, and the help really came. Actually, 3 of them were right there to stop her.
Tommy Reef averaging just under 15 points per game. Hits at a 75% flip from the free throw line. Knocks down her first one. It's our first point of the ball game. Reef 1 of 2. Rebound to Stanek. Now the Crickets will try to answer. Early stages, first quarter, Division III semifinal. Markesan in the white, Fall Creek in the green. That pass tipped away. And Sigurdswood picks it up for Markesan. Turnover number 3 for Fall Creek. Reef will try from the outside and hit. That's a 3. Tommy Reef, a 3-point shooter. Hits her first attempt there, and it's 4-0 Markesan. Kruger. Good save by Channing. Crickets will slow it down. Chronic working inside to Channing. Flies baseline. Gets free. Bucket and the foul.
Still looking inside. She really likes that right-hand side block, and they're really looking to get the ball into her.
Take a look at that one again. Fall Creek likes to do that.
Well, the defender was playing behind that time, and she really had to drive around and muscle it in.
As we said in the open, things aren't working inside. Fall Creek will keep going back there until it starts to work. It worked that time. Channing can't get the free throw to complete the 3-point play. 4-2 Markesan. Now Reef will drive on Chronic. Tries to dump it down low to Dickerson. Knocked away by Channing. Pulled away by Stanek. Second turnover for the Hornets. All three can tie it with the 2. Take the lead to 3. Arneson to Kruger. Now back to Chronic up top. Kruger over to Channing. Channing thinks about it. Shoots. No good. Rebound to Dickerson.
Markesan really needs to get into some type of offensive flow. They've been kind of going for the quick shot and not working the ball around.
Talk about matchup would be a good one between Channing and Dickerson. And Markesan has the ball. Looks like Channing is fronting her early on. Dan Sigurdswood, 18th year, 13th foul on Fall Creek. Chronic gets listed for that one. That's her first. Reef the inbound for the Hornets. They get it to Dickerson. Banks it up and in.
Boy, that was a tough shot. A little off balance, but she hit it off the glass.
Markesan with a 4-point lead early on here. First quarter from the Kohl Center. All knocked out of bounds. Goes off Markesan. Fall Creek will retain possession. Quickly gives a lot of credit to his assistant coaches. He gets a lot of the credit, but the assistants do a lot of the work. He likes delegating the work. Channing trying it inside. Doesn't go. Markesan pulls down the board.
Channing really drew a crowd that last time. She had 3 people on her trying to take that shot.
And without Holly Storley, Fall Creek really looking inside. Dumke driving, dishing to Dickerson, up and in.
Oh, that was a beautiful penetration and pass.
Dickerson has 4. Markesan has a 6-point lead, 8-2, first quarter. Now Channing outside. It's to Cronic. And it's Cronic up top to Callie Kruger. Deb Arneson. Now back to Channing. She'll drive the lane, put up the tough shot and score. Kristen Channing with 4. The players we previewed stepping up early on in the ball game.
Good choices.
Like to think we know what we're talking about here. Tommy Reeve lobs it inside for Dumke. That one's knocked away by Stanek. And we'll get our first substitution. Markesan subbing in 3 players. The 1998 WIA State Tournament is brought to you by the Wisconsin Technical College System. 16 colleges that provide education for careers in today's high-tech world. When it comes to careers, go here. Get there. Dina Schilling in for Fall Creek. The Markesan substitutions for you. Rebound pass goes to Plagan. Puts it up and in. 2 points for the freshman. Markesan bringing in number 10, Stephanie Van Arum. Fall Creek on the attack. Number 43, Kelly Hahn in for the Hornets. Stanek inside. Whistle and a foul for the shot.
Well, they really had a lot of good ball movement that time. Reversed the ball, got it inside.
Number 23, Plagan. The team's second.
Plagan's first foul. Cronic to inbound for the Crickets. Looking, gets it inside. Schilling had that one blocked. Now Markesan with the ball in it. 6-point lead, 10-4. Just over 3 minutes to go here, first quarter. Whistle and a foul. Chase Stanek ball in the reach.
Number 34, Shane Stanek. The first.
4th team foul for the Crickets. Stanek's first. Stephanie Van Arum, 5'6" sophomore with it. Gets Tommy Reese.
We got a couple of younger players out there. Sophomore and freshman in that starting lineup. One for each team.
Missing the shot. It's Kelly Hahn, but right there, Tommy Reese. And the lead grows to 8. Fall Creek looking to answer here. Going to fall too far behind. What he thinks about the shot, passes up. Now she'll fire, rims out, no good. And rebound to the Hornets.
Well, Markesan's really doing a nice job covering the block, and they don't want the ball to get inside. So someone from the Crickets really needs to step up and hit that outside shot.
Had some shots, just not going down early on here. Both teams telling us that they tried to find bigger gymnasiums this week in which to practice. Fall Creek goes over. And we will take a timeout. We'll be back to the WIA State Tournament after a short message from our network sponsors. This is your WIA network station. Back at the Kohl Center, Division III semifinals. Markesan leading Fall Creek 12-4. Bob Radovich along with Gale champion. Gale, a big reason why the Hornets have an 8-point lead is the shooting early on. Fall Creek just 2 of 6. Markesan 5 of 6.
Well, Markesan's getting the ball inside as well as taking that outside 3 by Reef. Channing's done all the scoring for Fall Creek, and now they're really doubling and tripling inside. Someone's got to step up on the outside.
Into the game now for the Crickets. Number 50, Holly Storley. We told you about her. Broken left wrist in the last regular season game. Has it taped up. We'll try to get her the ball and see what she can do. Missed shot there. Knocked around, rebound, Fall Creek. Finishing a thought we were talking about before the break. Both these teams trying to get in bigger gymnasiums this week to try to get the perspective down for shooting. And knocking in the shot right there, Danica Cronic, her first 2. Markesan went over to Ripon College. Fall Creek goes over to UW-Eau Claire, trying to get used to shooting in a bigger gymnasium. It's a totally different perspective than what these girls are used to.
Plus running the floor, and if they're a trapping team, learning how to trap on the larger floor. So that was a very good advantage, you know, that both of them were able to get in, because sometimes that's not easy.
Van Arum fires, no good. Rebound to the Cricket. Tipped over to Arneson. Minute 15 to go here, first quarter. Chronic inside to Channing. Tries to drive baseline, out to Chronic. Get it outside to Storley. You see that heavily taped left wrist.
She has not played since that injury in a game situation.
Inside to Channing, she converts. Christy Channing with 6. And it's 12-8.
Coach was not going to start her today, even though she's a senior and she's been a real important part of this team, because everyone else has really stepped up.
Flagans for 3, that's no good. Now the Crickets can cut it to 2 with a bucket here.
But I think the hole they dug made him think, I better get her in now before too late. So.
Pass down low. Chronic can't convert. There's also an emotional lift, too, and the Fall Creek players we talked to yesterday said, boy, they're happy to have her out there.
Right. Well, she's an all-conference player.
Flagans, nice drive down the baseline. 2 points for the freshman. Dan Siggerswood's got a good ball player there for the next couple of years. 4 for Flagans.
Boy, you know, some shots are half down and coming right back out again.
Now Reef will fire at the end of the quarter. Didn't get it off in time. We played 1 quarter. Your score is 14-8. Markesan over Fall Creek. We'll be back to the WIAA State Tournament after a short message from your local sponsors. This is your WIAA Network Station. Back at the Kohl Center, Division III semifinals. The winner to take on Markesan, and our ball game, it is, or the winner to take on Marathon, rather. Marathon beating Arcadia in the first ball game this morning. Markesan now leading Fall Creek 14-8. Markesan with the ball to open the second quarter. Eddie Siggerswood gets to Ann Dumke. Dumke back up top to Siggerswood. Now Jessamy Reese. And the sister of Tommy Reese. Tommy Reese getting a break now on the bench. Bob pass inside, knocked away by Channing. Now it's time to look at the Culver's Frozen Custard game summary. First quarter stats, Fall Creek shooting percentage down early, but they're starting to pick it up a little bit.
Yeah, it has improved a lot.
Both teams turning the ball over 3-2. Fall Creek with 3 turnovers. Culver's Frozen Custard, America's favorites, made fresh.
At least the Crickets are getting some shots off that are good shots that have a chance to go, which they weren't earlier.
I think both teams, too, Gail, have settled in a little bit and are playing the kind of basketball that they're used to playing. Inside Dickerson. And she is fouled as she goes up for the shot.
Dickerson put the ball up strong. Channing was behind her and tried to be straight up. Had kind of a frustrated look on her face, like I really didn't foul, like I called for it.
5 team fouls now on Fall Creek, but I guess if there's a good news in there for Arnie Scricker, 5 different players committing those fouls, so nobody in trouble early on. Dickerson's first attempt rims out. She is a 54% free throw shooter on the season. On her way to hitting that average. 15.5 points per game. That's her 5th. 15-8. Markesan leading Fall Creek. Crickets get it to Holly Storley. She'll try it, but short on that first attempt. Storley on the season, 44% free throw shooter. Of course, that was before she broke her wrist. Trying one from the outside there, no good. Is Kelly Hahn whistle, and this foul will stay with the Markesan Hornets. Danica Chronic checking back in for Fall Creek. Chrissy Channing will get his feet. The 1998 WIAA State Tournament is brought to you by Marshfield Clinic, a national leader in medical care, research, and education. Siggerswood will try. No good. Rebound is Stanek.
Markesan coming up a little bit short on some of the near 3-point attempts that their guards have been taking.
Let's see what Fall Creek does without Christy Channing in the ball game. At least everything involved the low post in some way when Channing was in there.
Well, Stanek is now in the post. And they are looking to try to get the ball inside to her.
Shane Stanek gets to Holly Storley. She'll try a three from the left side. That one's short. With the rebound tracked down by Callie Kruger.
That was a nice inside-outside look, though.
Good pass down low, but it's deflected off of Danica Kronig's hand. Markesan ball. Fourth turnover for the Cricket. Starters back in for Markesan. Jessica Flagans, number 23. Tommy Reef, number 34. Dan Sigerslid getting two of his starters a little rest. I think we saw in that first game, Gail, fatigue definitely a factor on this bigger court.
Oh, and as the game heated up, there was a lot of fast break action, and they do need a little rest if the time allows, and it does for Markesan right now.
Good defensive play by Deb Arneson forces the turnover. That's number 3 against Markesan. Markesan, 15, Fall Creek 8. Kronig from the right side hits it.
Boy, that was a nice-looking jump shot there. And just what they needed.
Two-pointer from Danica Kronig. She's got 4. Kronig averages 6.5 a game. But all these players during the season having to step, or during the playoffs, having to step it up without Holly Storley in there. Nice rebound and Dumpy up and in. Her first 2. Again, both coaches telling us yesterday, you know, basically 2 key players for each side. But the role players, very key, because each night one of those different players steps up, and that's really why these 2 teams are here.
I don't think you really get to this level of play with one key player because there are too many good defenders out there that can defend that one player or key on that one player. Other people on the team have to be able to step up, as these 2 teams have shown.
Foul goes against Amanda Dickerson. Sends Shane Stanek to the line. Stanek, 52% from the line. Just a sophomore. We'll have a couple more years for the Fall Creek Crickets. One of 2 at the line. Fall Creek's 11th point. They trail in this one, 17-11.
Fall Creek has extended their defense all the way out, and it's paid off.
Callie Kruger playing good defense. Sigerslid turns it over on the carry. That's the 4th turnover for Markesan.
Just wanted to see a little bit more pressure on the ball.
Deb Arneson inside as Shane Stanek turns inside, gets off the shot and scores.
Stanek does a nice job sealing inside with her defender on her back. Turn squared up and put it in for him.
3 points for Shane Stanek. Scores just over 9 a game for the Cricket. Sigerslid will try. No good. Rebound tracked down by Holly Storley.
Cricket seems to be dominating the boards a little bit more. They are a little bit of a taller team.
3 players 6 feet tall. That always helps. Holly Storley at 5'11". Callie Kruger will try. That one's long, but tracked down by Arneson inside, up and in.
Arneson really followed the miss well, kept her eye on the ball, and went straight up. Had a nice little seam to step up into.
It's a 2-point game. Markesan 17, Fall Creek 15. Division 3 semifinals. Flagans a little trouble with it. She'll pull it out. Get it to Sigerslid. Out of Tommy Reef. Reef tries. Nice pass down low. Dumpke up and in. 4 points for Ann Dumpke. She's already over her average. 3.6 a game. Again, one of those role players stepping up. Callie Kruger gets to Danica Kronig. Baseline move. Back out to Kruger. Arneson at the top of the key. Kronig cross court. Storley in the lane. Stanek, no good. Rebound Dumpke. Good offensive set for Fall Creek that time.
Oh, it really was.
Shot to go.
Yeah, they really took some time off the clock and got a nice looking shot.
Flagans drive, blocked by Stanek. Fall Creek will set it up in the half court. 3 minutes to go here before halftime. Chronic from the baseline, no good. Tough angle. Now Markesan with it, trying to stretch that 4-point lead. Reeve tries to dump it down to Dumpy. That time not there. Kruger with the steal. 5 turnovers for Markesan. Kruger will pull it out. They'll set their offense again. I think if you're Arnie Squicklard, you have to be happy with how you've come back in this game without your leading scorer. Richie Channing on the bench getting a rest.
Always looking inside. A good ball movement.
Chronic drives baseline. Double team there, gets to Kruger. Callie Kruger tries it and hits. First 2 for Callie Kruger.
She really stepped up nicely on that elbow. Knew that was her shot and put it down.
Back to a 2-point game. Markesan has had the lead throughout. Fall Creek has rallied, headed back to a 2-point game. Flagans in the corner. Dumpke. Sigerslit thought about the 3. Drives past Kruger, puts it up. No good. Rebound to Chronic.
She wasn't quite sure if she wanted a jump shot or a layup, so she took a little of each.
Thought about the shot, but decided to try. Didn't get it to bank it in. Stanek from the baseline scores, and we're tied at 19. Jane Stanek coming alive the second quarter. She has 5, 19-19. Reef will try it. No good. Rebound. Stanek, and she is fouled by Ann Dumpke. The 1998 WIAA State Tournament is brought to you by the Wisconsin Technical College System, the first choice of employers for training to enhance the skills and productivity of the workforce. Ashley McInnes, 5'5" freshman, in for the Fall Creek Crickets. Callie Kruger will take a seat next to Arnie Squicklard on the Fall Creek bench. McInnes, one of those players that got a lot of time after Storley's injury. Storley inside to Stanek, had it blocked by Plagans. Oh, Jessica Plagans doesn't play like a freshman.
No, she does not.
5'6" freshman.
Nice block shot.
Fall Creek with it. Minute to go. Arneson, no good. Would have given the Crickets their first lead of this ball game. Long pass ahead. This is Kelly Hahn. Takes it up. Blocked by Chronic. And count the bucket for Jessica Plagans. Can we talk about Jessica Plagans? She comes through with a nice play on the offensive glass.
And the Fall Creek call is number 50, Holly Storley, her first.
Holly Storley picking up the foul. Let's take a look at the replay here.
Well, she went hard to the basket. She got the first one blocked, but she stayed in there. Just kind of muscled it back up. And now regained the lead.
6 points for Plagans. We'll try to add to that total right now and add to that lead. Substitution for Fall Creek. 32, Carrie Willeen in. And Holly Storley will sit out. Plagans with 7. The lead grows to 3. We're under a minute to go here in the first half. See what Fall Creek does in this possession, if they decide to run some clock and take the last shot, or if they will take the first available shot.
Well, it looks like they're going to run the clock and... Oops, a turnover.
Turnover there. Willeen looking inside. Had that pass picked off. Now Dan Sigerslit signals to his team one shot. We're under 30 seconds in this first half. Markesan with the ball and a 3-point lead. They'll run a delay up top.
Well, they want to hang on to this lead going into the half. Get a good shot. Need to extend the lead a little bit here.
Sigerslit to Hahn. You get it to Tommy Reeve. Tommy Reeve tries to dump it inside. Dumpke gets the lead change and puts it up and in. And Dumpke with 6 points. Markesan with a 5-point lead, 24-19. At halftime, we will be back to the WIAA State Tournament after a short message from our network sponsors. This is your WIAA network station. We are back at the WIAA State Girls Basketball Tournament. Fall Creek trailing Markesan in this Division III semifinal, 24-19, your halftime score. Gail, as we look back at the first half, kind of a game of spurts. Markesan taking control early, building a lead. Fall Creek gets back into it with defense. But then Markesan a little run at the end to take a 5-point lead.
Well, they took a little bit better care of the ball, and they got some good-looking shots. Reese did a nice job penetrating. She seemed to find Dumpsy a couple times on that right-hand side, unguarded. So they had high percentage shooting.
And Dumpke, one of those players, one of those role players that Dan Siggerswood talked to us about yesterday, only averaging 3.6 a game, but she has 6 in the first half. A lot of those coming on nice drives. Fall Creek goes to double her. She's wide open underneath, and she's converted.
Reese draws a crowd. She draws 3 people coming at her, otherwise she'll take it right to the basket. So, you know, it's just heads-up play by her and good passing.
Holly Storley had some action in the first half. If you're Arnie Strookwood, what do you do about her? She played not terribly effective, maybe better on the defensive, and how much do you play her in the second half?
Well, she really was opposite the ball a lot, and it seemed to draw a defender over to her a little bit because they know that she's a threat, but she really only shot the ball, I think, 1 time. But I think for the emotional morale of their team, they like her out on the court, even though she's not really into the offensive flow. She's missed quite a few games, and so she needs a little time to warm it up.
Fatigue definitely a factor. 24-19, Markesan, your halftime score. Let's now send it up top to Jay Wilson.
Andy, thanks a lot. We'll get back to our insect matchup. Hornets and Crickets, Fall Creek and Markesan. Markesan leading at halftime 24-19. Let's now take a look back at the first half highlights and stats with Bob Bradovich and Gail Champion.
All right, thanks, Jay. A 5-point lead for Markesan. And Markesan in this game, Gail, as we look at the highlights, gets off to an early lead in this one and had control of the game early on.
They really did. They really took charge in the beginning and got a nice, considerable lead, which Fall Creek then closed up later.
First off, we'll see Ann Dumpke. A nice pass down low to Amanda Dickerson.
Really, they got Dickerson involved in the offense early, and she was a little quiet later on.
Jessica Plagans, the freshman for Markesan, doing a nice job. Nice looking drive here.
She really had a nice looking half.
Fall Creek gets back into the game. They actually tied this ball game. Here's Danica Kronig, the senior, hitting from the baseline.
I think Fall Creek needs a little bit more of that in the second half to open things up on the inside.
As we said, Fall Creek ties this game. Markesan with the lead. Tommy Reef missing, but there's Ann Dumpke again. Nice rebound bucket. Dumpke 6 points in the first half, only averages 3.6 a game. And then Tommy Reef gets it to Ann Dumpke. Those are some of the reasons why Markesan has a 5-point halftime lead, 24-19. Let's take a look at the halftime stats. Shooting, pretty close. Fall Creek 9 of 22, Markesan 10 of 23.
Well, not stellar shooting from either side, but they're quite even.
Pretty much everything else is close. Markesan a little edge on the board, and Markesan getting to the free throw line a bit more, too.
Right, and Markesan was concerned about the rebounding, and actually they're leading in that category at this time.
We are halfway through this Division III semifinal between Markesan and Fall Creek. We'll be back to the WIAA State Tournament after a short message from your network sponsors. This is your WIAA network station. Back at the Kohl Center, Division III semifinals, Markesan leading Fall Creek 24-19. Bob Bradovich along with Gail Champion. Gail, you're the coach. Let's go in the locker room with these two teams. What is Dan Stickerslid telling his team? They're up 5.
They're really doing a nice job. Like I said, Reef is really drawing a crowd, although she likes to shoot from the outside. That could open things up a little bit more. She's doing a lot more penetrating and really getting the ball to people who are standing 1 foot away from the basket and are making their shots.
And for Fall Creek, Arnie Skrookrud, his team down early. They rallied, they tied the game, but then Markesan scored the last 5 points of the second quarter. What's Arnie telling his girl?
Well, their defense kept them in that first half, and that's what they need to do is extend the defense and look for some steals and get some easy shots because they're trying to get the ball inside, but Markesan is more than aware of that and taking that game away.
Markesan will open up the second half with the ball and a 5-point lead. Right in front of us, Tommy Reef will inbounds it. Gets it to Stiggerslip. Back to Reef. Stiggerslip up top. Fall Creek saying that man-to-man. Higgins got a great pick that time. Launches the shot, no good. There's Ann Dumpke on the offensive glass. Puts it up, no good. Dickerson there and scores.
Markesan controlling the boards early.
Amanda Dickerson with 7. The lead is 7, 26-19. Shane Stanek in a little trouble. It's to Deb Arneson, now Callie Kruger. Stanek Kronig with her. It's to Channing, baseline. Fall Creek works it inside. They get it on the baseline to Channing. Out of the hands of Danica Kronig. Turnover Fall Creek. That's number 6 for the Crickets.
Markesan more in his own look, and Fall Creek really needs to reverse the ball, and they thought of it a little late. It became a turnover.
Just underway, third quarter. Markesan has led this game pretty much from the start. Fall Creek had tied it. Markesan on a nice run. Now here's the steal by Christy Channing. She'll take it in on Sigerswitz. She's fouled. Channing hits the deck. First foul on Heidi Sigerswitz. Good hustle to get back in the ball.
Number 3, Sigerswitz, her first. The team first.
Take a look at the replay. Nice job by Channing.
Tipped it away. Kind of surprised. She had to go the half court. I don't know how many times she's done that, but took it up strong.
6 points for Channing. Make it 7. Halfway to her average. 6-foot senior, 2 of 2 at the free throw line. He has 8. He pulls her Fall Creek Crickets within 5, 26-21. Jessica Plagan, the pick up top. Dickerson, now Reese. Gets it inside to Dickerson. Plagans will drive. She is fouled on the way in. That one will go to Deb Arneson. The 1998 WIAA State Tournament is brought to you by the Dairy Farm Families of Wisconsin and Milk, the official beverage of the WIAA games. Got milk? Lob pass inside. Reese looking for Dickerson. And Markesan draws the foul. 3 fouls now on Christy Channing.
Her third.
Decision time for Heidi Spricker. At this point, he'll leave her in the ballgame. Bounce pass. Dumpke up and in.
Again, Dumpke right where she needs to be.
8 points for Ann Dumpke. You saw the little smile. She's got to be pretty happy. State tournament. Having a nice ball game. The lead is 7, 28-21. Markesan on top. Channing drives and scores.
Channing really muscled up, stepped in between 2 defenders, got it to go. Well, with 3 fouls, she's got to make the most of her time out on the court.
Both these inside players, Gail, really nice games. They can both take it to the bucket. They're not just planted down in the low block. They can take it outside and drive the lane. Reese, nice dish. Dumpke doesn't get it to go that time, but there's Dickerson, no good. Rebound pulled down by Stanek.
Reese and Dumpke have their own little side game going on. They're just connecting with each other so well.
Checking that stat sheet afterwards, see who won the rebounding title for this ball game. Stanek drives and scores. 7 points for Shane Stanek. Sophomore pulls Fall Creek within 3, 28-25. Fall Creek got back into this game and tied it in the sector through strong defense. Cricket's trying to get on the pressure now. Markesan so far has done a nice job of taking care of the basketball.
Well, they're being patient. They're really trying to find someone that's open, not forcing anything. A lot of good picks being set. Once she lost the dribble.
Reagan loses it. Up ahead to Kronig. Danica Kronig takes it up and scores.
Kronig really held her composure there. Going to the ball strong, going to the basket strong.
We can say Danica Kronig is a smart ball player. 3.96 GPA. Go along with her 6 points today. 28-27. Reese from the outside. No good. Ball batted around. Now Stanek has it. Kruger. Trouble in the backcourt. Comes down with it. Fall Creek with a chance to take its first lead of the ball game. Stanek drives and scores. The Crickets have the lead, 29-28. Shane Stanek with 9. Markesan wants a timeout. The Fall Creek section is cheering. Up on their feet at this state tournament game. We talked about it. We saw it in the second quarter. Dale's defense turning it up, getting Fall Creek back in the ballgame. We will be back to the WIAA state tournament after a short message from our network sponsors. This is your WIAA network station. Fall Creek on an 8-0 run to open up the third quarter. Here's the bucket that got him within one, Danica Cronic. Danica Cronic doing a nice job. And the Crickets take their first lead of the ball game right here. It's the sophomore Shane Stanek. Nice move inside to get around Amanda Dickerson. Fall Creek 4 of 4 to open up this second half. Markesan 2 of 8.
Crickets have extended their defense full court now, really putting the pressure on.
Let's see what Markesan does the first time they've trailed all game. Dickerson lobs it inside to Dickerson. She loses it, but it's off Stanek.
That was really a nice feed inside. She just kind of mishandled the ball.
Now Tommy Reef to inbound the ball for the Hornets. Dickerson back to Reef. Dickerson looking inside. Had Dumpy there for a second. Tries to pull it back up top. Quagan looking inside. Ball knocked away. Loose on the floor. Scramble. And the possession arrow pointing Fall Creek's way.
Again, Dumpy not afraid to go to the floor and scramble for that ball.
Fall Creek by a point. Crickets have the ball. Past the halfway mark of this third quarter. Channing pulls it outside. Gets to Kruger. Arneson will drive. Cronic inside Stanek. Gets it to Channing. Christy Channing drives and scores.
Nice drive for the jump shot that time. Couldn't get it in the block. Just kept moving. Got herself open.
12 points for Christy Channing. Fall Creek by 3. 31-28. Dumke in a little trouble. Gets to Sigerslid. Sigerslid will pull it outside. Reef tries to get it to Dickerson, but knocked away by the good Fall Creek defense.
Well, Reef tried a no-look pass. She thought she was there, and she was for a second, but good defense again by Fall Creek.
9 turnovers for Markesan. Fall Creek on a really good run here in this third quarter. That pass is deflected out of bounds. It'll stay with the Cricket. Holly Storley in for Fall Creek. Markesan comes in with Stephanie Van Arum, 35 Carrie Jenkins, and 43 Kelly Hanna. Danica Cronic to Holly Storley. Stanek inside. That one rims off. Knocked around Cronic with a hand on it. But Markesan will pull it down. Tommy Reese. Markesan has led almost all the way. Fall Creek has taken the lead third quarter. Plagins will try. That would have tied it. It rims out. Rebound Stanek. Kruger picks up her dribble. Now finds Cronic. They loop it inside to Stanek, and she's fouled by Tommy Reese. The 1998 WIAA State Tournament is brought to you by the Wisconsin Technical College System, where you can prepare for 20 of the 30 fastest growing careers. Tommy Reeves' first foul. Second team foul this half for Markesan. Cronic to Kruger.
Cricket's showing some patience also.
Cronic will try from the left side. That's no good. Scramble for the rebound. Tommy Reese strong with the basketball. She comes down with it. Now Carrie Jenkins loses the handle. Another turnover. Number 10 for the Hornets. Inside, Stanek in traffic to Storley. The Crickets will bring it back up top. Kruger picks up her dribble. Cronic. Had Stanek inside there for a second. Now they get inside to Shane Stanek. It's knocked away. Good defense by the Hornets.
Well, Reef is playing a post player inside on the block, which she's probably done before, but it's bringing her toward the basket a little bit more and really challenging Stanek.
7 turnovers for Fall Creek. There's a shot up and in by Carrie Jenkins, junior forward. 3 points per game. That's her first 2 right there. Comes at a critical time. Pulls Markesan within 1. Under a minute to go, third quarter. Storley will try the 3. That one rims off.
Came up a little bit short. Seemed like that was his shot.
Arneson almost to steal. Jenkins gets a hold of it and gives it up to Tommy Reese. Markesan will likely work for 1 shot here. Flagans with it. We're under 30 seconds. Trying to shot that one way short. Tommy Reese had it for a second. Holly Storley comes out there with the ball. Now Fall Creek. Coaches all signaling for 1 shot. We close out this third quarter here. Storley outside. Now Deb Arneson tries to get it to Shane Stanek. It's taken away, and then Stanek commits the foul.
Boy, the defense is really playing the passing lanes well for both teams. There's just been a number of steals.
Second foul on Stanek. Fall Creek just 3 team fouls this half. Rebounds pass. Tommy Reese. Clock ticking down. Reese will drive. Puts it up at the buzzer. No good. We are through 3 quarters. Your score, Fall Creek 31, Markesan 30. We will be back to the WIAA State Tournament after a short message from your local sponsors. This is your WIAA Network station. Fall Creek outscoring Markesan 12-6 in the third quarter. The Crickets with a 1-point lead, 31-30 as we get set to start the fourth quarter. Neil, we're expecting exciting finish in this one.
Well, the 2 teams just keep changing the lead at this point. Neither of them are going to relinquish. They're both tough on defense. Should go right down the wire.
Markesan will open up with the ball right in front of us. We're set to start this fourth quarter. And Dumpy. He's had a nice game for Markesan. So has Dickerson with the ball. Shot from the outside and hitting a nice shot, Jessamy Reese. Tommy Reese, younger sister. She puts the Hornets back on top, 32-31. Ball kicked that time by Reese. Now it's time to look at the Culver's Frozen Custard game summary. Field goal percentage a little better for Markesan. Hornets also owning the advantage on the boards. But this game is up for grabs at this point. Markesan by 1. Down on the baseline, lost by Stanek. And it's Markesan's ball.
They really closed in on her that time. Didn't let her go left the baseline.
Markesan with the ball and a 1-point lead. Takerslit tries to dump it to Dumpy. Stolen by Stanek.
That was just great defense by the Fall Creek girls. Really put the pressure up. Played well together.
11 turnovers for Markesan. Now Fall Creek will try to regain the lead. Stanek. Chronic. Back to Chronic. Gets it across court to Shane Stanek. Dangerous pass. But Stanek is fouled by Ann Dumpy. That's her second. Team's third.
Markesan really packed in the zone that time. They don't want to let the ball get inside. Standing.
The 1998 WIAA State Tournament is brought to you by Senex Land O'Lakes and your local cooperatives partners you can trust. Kruger passes up the shot, gives it to Arneson. Back to Kruger.
Well, Kruger and Arneson aren't really looking to shoot that much from the top, so you can afford to pack it in inside.
Chronic inside to Channing. That one rims out. Rebound to Amanda Dickerson. Destiny Reed gets to Heidi Sigerslit. Markesan operating with a 1-point lead. Just over 6 minutes to go here. Fourth quarter of this Division III semifinal winner. take on Markesan Saturday. Shot there, good, and the bucket, Amanda Dickerson scores.
Nice looking pass going inside, really went up strong.
Take a look at this one again. Nice entry pass from Jessamy Reed.
Lobs it over the top and really took the ball to the defense.
Third foul on Stanek.
At the line, Amanda Dickerson.
Now, Dan Sigerslit comes back in with his starters. He's been able to get some good production from his role players today. Dickerson connects. He has 10. The lead is 5. Excuse me, the lead is 4. 35-31. Markesan over Fall Creek.
Markesan, 2-3 going.
Channing with it. Goes up strong and scores. Big game for Christy Channing. She has 14. There's the Crickets within 2, 35-33. Dickerslid throws it away. Miscommunication there with Flagan. Turnover number 12. The Dan Sigerslid's Markesan Hornets.
Sigerslid is the coach's second daughter to play for him. His older daughter played when they were down at state a couple years ago. I wonder what type of coach-daughter relationship they may have.
Turnovers. Markesan turning it over 12 times. That's one reason why Fall Creek has gotten back into this game. Fall Creek can tie it with a two-pointer here. Danica Cronic passes up the shot. Gets to Deb Arneson. Look inside for Channing. Channing in the lane. Gets out of there right before the 3-second call. Danica Cronic hits it, and we're tied.
Nice looking baseline shot by Cronic.
Danica Cronic with 8. Tie ball game, 35-35, 5 minutes to go here, fourth quarter. Just as we expected, two evenly matched teams playing very well here in the state tournament. Dickerson looking for something to get it to, gets it to Tommy Reed. Dickerson posting up, Fall Creek defense is there. Reed will drive, gets it up top to Flagan. Markesan really looking inside, but so far, Cricket's doing a nice job on Amanda Dickerson. Dickerson up top now. Flagan, that's a 3, it's no good. Rebound, Dickerson had it, gets it over to Hahn, she can't connect. Rebound, Fall Creek.
Oh, looks like Markesan's really controlling the boards inside. They just haven't been able to convert many.
Fall Creek will take a timeout as we have 4:05 to go here. Fourth quarter in a tie ball game. We'll be back to the WIAA State Tournament after a short message from our network sponsors. This is your WIAA network station. Back at the Kohl Center, WIAA State Tournament. When you come to the Kohl Center, Dale, you got to do it upright.
And those students sure have.
Two young men spent a lot of time on those outfits.
Maybe they wore them for Halloween and they brought them back.
It's double duty out of those costumes. That one guy's got boxing gloves on, too. Back to the ball game. 35 all. 4 minutes to go. There you see the field goal shooting. Fall Creek shooting much better in the second half. Inside to Christy Channing. Shane Stanek will try it. That's for the lead. No good. Ball batted around. Rebound. Amanda Dickerson. Now Tommy Reed. Markesan looks to break the tie.
Well, Crickets were really looking to their go-to player in Channing to get the ball to her.
Flagan for 3. Again, no good. Stanek with the rebound. Now Callie Kruger on the break for the Crickets. Fall Creek will slow it down. Arneson up top. Fall Creek very patient in the half-court set. Cronic up to Kruger. Back to Cronic. Really looking for either Stanek or Channing in the lane. Cronic will try it from the baseline. Danica Cronic with 10. She gives Fall Creek a 2-point lead. 37-35, just under. 3 minutes to go, fourth quarter. Reese with it. Reese kind of a quiet game so far.
Arnison's doing a nice job there defensively on her. She really hasn't been able to breathe. She's been guarding her from the moment she mounts the ball all the way up court.
Now Plagan. Over to Kelly Hahn. Markesan very patient in the half court now. Trying to find a good shot. Reese. Plagan. Dickerson inside. Whistle and a foul.
Well, their good shot is giving Dickerson the ball on the block.
Jane Stanek picks up her fourth foul. But with 2:19 to go in this ball game, I would expect Arnie Skrukerud will keep her in there. Amanda Dickerson at the line. She'll get 2 shots. Dickerson up and in. The 1998 WIAA State Tournament is brought to you by Rural Insurance Companies, providing a full line of insurance products for Wisconsin families and businesses. Dickerson, 11 points, 1 of 2 from the free throw line there. Pulls her team within 1. 37-36, Fall Creek with the lead and the ball. On it, cross-court pass. It was deflected and then off Shane Stanek's hands. Turnover number 10. Arnie Skrukerud burying his head.
Well, that was a very tough pass to make across the zone.
Really tough as a coach, Gail. You can tell your players to do something and it doesn't always get done on the basketball floor.
I never experienced that this year.
Did exactly as he told.
Oh, yeah.
Reese now. Cut off on the drive. And Dumke looking inside. They've got Dickerson. Nice spot down low.
She really did a nice job stealing inside and then drop step right to the basket.
13 points for Amanda Dickerson. She's given her team a 1-point lead. Under a minute and a half to go. Chronic from the baseline for the lead. No good. Tipped off. Jessica Plagan's out of bounds. She had the rebound, just couldn't control it. Fall Creek will get another chance. Down by a point. Chronic looking inside. Finds Stanek up and in. Shane Stanek with 11. Fall Creek by 1. 39-38. 1 minute to go in regulation time here. Tommy Reed puts up her dribble. Looking inside. Gets it back up top to Dumpsey. Now Reed will handle it again. Dan Stigerswood wants a timeout. Fall Creek 39. Markesan 38. 50.5 to go. We will be back to the WIAA State Tournament after a short message from our network sponsors. This is your WIAA network station. Back at the WIAA State Girls Basketball Tournament, Fall Creek over Markesan, 39-38, Division III semifinals. We'll take a look at how the Crickets took the lead here late in this ball game. Danica Chronic inside to Shane Stanek. Now Markesan to inbound the ball. They took the timeout and try to set something up here. Down a point, 45 seconds to go. Kelly Hahn with it.
Well, Markesan does not look to be in a rush. That's probably not the shot they wanted.
And as you say that, Jessica Plagan had the shot. Markesan coaches say it's deflected off Fall Creek players. Referee doesn't see it that way. Crickets with the ball, 35.1 to go. Chronic will take the timeout. The 1998 WIAA State Tournament is brought to you by the Wisconsin Technical College System, where over 90% of the graduates find jobs right after graduation. When it comes to careers, go here, get there. Now it's time to look at this game's Farm Credit Services WIAA game highlight. .1 seconds to go here. Division III semifinals. Fall Creek leading Markesan 39-38. Fall Creek will have the ball. You're getting a look at the Markesan huddle. Dan Stickerslip giving his team instructions. At this point, do you follow right away or do you try to force a turnover?
Well, they haven't pressed yet all game. This is the first look of a full-court press, and I think they'll probably try to go for the 5-second call, then maybe look to try to double-team or steal. I don't think they need to go for the foul just quite yet.
Fall Creek possession arrow in its favor. Cricket's inbound. They foul Callie Kruger right away. Callie Kruger will go to the line. She's a 63% shooter. She will not go to the line. My mistake. Only the fourth team foul, so.
Well, that makes a difference. Yeah, they're going to need to foul just to get that clock stopped.
Sonic to inbound. Gets the Cougars. She's fouled right away by Tommy Reed.
This is one of those situations where you did such a good job all half not fouling, and now you don't have enough fouls to put them on the free throw line and stop the clock. So now they're going to have to quickly foul.
Markesan applying full court pressure. Sonic gets it to Arneson. Now a break for the Crickets. James Bennett comes in. She's hacked. Going up. Still get 2 shots. Take a look at this one again. Nice job. Inbound pass. Sonic to Arneson. She gets the hit to James Bennett.
Well, that was quite intentional because she was really pushing them behind.
James Danik with 11 points this ball game. A 52% free throw shooter. Her team leading by a point, 39-38. Danik with 11. Trying to make it 12. She does. Now Arnie Struker wants another timeout. He'll want to set up his defense after this free throw. What free throw that time? Shane Stanek.
Well, Stanek has one more. Could put him up by 3. And Markesan is the team with the 3-point shooters that they need to set up something so that if they do need the 3, someone's open to take it. And Reef would probably be the most likely candidate, but she really hasn't had the ball. She's had it for ball handling, but really hasn't had it to be able to shoot.
And after this free throw, you do have enough time, I think, if you're Markesan, to work the ball inside and take the best available shot, because you still have time to enter another foul and try to put Fall Creek back in the line.
Right, and Dickerson, too, is still alive in the post. She's had a number of opportunities where she's gotten a basket to drop and got to the free throw line. So that would be another option for them.
Fall Creek 40, Markesan 38. This is the kind of ball game we expected.
Just the type of ball game we like to call.
Absolutely. It makes it fun for us. Fun for the fans watching at home. A little agonizing for the fans on both sides. So we call it the Magic of March. Both teams with good contingents here at the Kohl Center. Markesan trying to pass an extra luck down to the Fall Creek Crickets. Looking to get back to that state championship game. Fall Creek won it all in 1996. They were your state runners-up in Team 94.
That program just keeps rebuilding. Both of them, really.
These outstanding programs. Good traditions. The coach has a lot of credit. Stanek, 2 of 2 at the line. She's got 13. Fall Creek by 3. Connie Reef with it. Started by Arneson. Inside, Dickerson drives and scores. Timeout, Markesan.
Well, she had a nice power slide to the basket, but no one touched her, so it's just for 2. Couldn't draw the foul on that one, but it was a nice feed.
13 points for the senior Amanda Dickerson. Let's take another look at it again.
Reef really did a nice job getting the ball inside, and Dickerson just slid under.
Shane Stanek not able to do much. She's got 4 fouls.
Really, she just had to stand there and let her go around, but she didn't really want to foul her either. She didn't want a chance for a 3-point play. After all, they still have the lead by 1.
The key for Fall Creek here, Danica Kronig will inbound the ball. She's a 6-foot senior. Nice to be able to have someone who can look over the top of the defense. Markesan counters with Amanda Dickerson right in her face. Inbound, Channing. He's fouled by Tommy Reed. And that's going to stand Christy Channing to the free throw line. 16 seconds to go. Christy Channing has 14. That's a 17 foul. Fall Creek shooting from here on out. Christy Channing, 72% on the season. 2 of 3 today. First one, no good. Ball tapped around. Channing gets it back. She's fouled by Ann Dumke. Channing right back to the free throw line.
Well, Channing was trying to make that shot, and as it bounced off, it came right back near her. She really, anyone around her, she really wanted that possession.
5th foul on Ann Dumke. The junior will go to the bench. What a ball game she had today. 8 points for Dumke. Well above her average of 3.6 per game. Substitute coming in now for Markesan, Jessamy Reese, who just turned 16 yesterday.
Christy Channing is 1-1.
Christy Channing to the free throw line. Get a look at Ann Dumke. Channing with 14 points. That's the free throw line for another 1-on-1. This one rims off. Rebound Dickerson. Tommy Reese with it. 10 seconds to go. Tommy Reese checks the clock. Driving in the lane. Puts it up. No good. Ball tapped around. Jessamy Reese has it. Not going. This one's over. Fall Creek wins it. 41-40. The Fall Creek Crickets win an exciting game over Markesan in the Division III Championship. Gail, what a game.
Well, we were sure treated to 2 very fine teams playing their hearts out this morning.
Congratulations to both teams. An exciting finish here. And we'll be back to the WIAA State Tournament after a short message from your local sponsors. This is your WIAA Network Station. Back at the Kohl Center, an exciting finish here. Fall Creek defeating Markesan in the Division III semifinals, 41-40. Bob Bradovich along with Gail Champion. And Gail, we expected a close game, and that's exactly what we got.
Really, I really expected the centers to do a lot of the work, and they both did. They were within 1 point of each other. When the final score was on the clock, it was within 1 point of each other. So
Christy Channing, 14 for Fall Creek. Amanda Dickerson, 15 for Markesan. If you look at a key, I think it's the Fall Creek defense on Tommy Reif. 6 points in this ball game, all in the first quarter.
Right, and Arneson played her the whole game. She picked her up full court. She really put a lot of pressure on the ball, and that may have been the difference because Reif really didn't have the shot.
An exciting first session of action, and there's more to come today here from the Kohl Center. We're done with Division III. This afternoon, we'll be back with Division I quarterfinal action. That's going to do it from the Kohl Center. We'll see you this afternoon.